Hi, welcome to Chef Ali's Fine Gourmet Food Products. I have a nice supply of fresh made spices that I make in-house. Olive oil, balsamic vinegar, pastas, and pestos. So let me explain a little bit about how you can use these products every day in your home life and why you should purchase them and what is the importance of using them currently right now in our status. So real quick, so we can get something on the stove real quick. I got a smoky barbecue steakhouse rub. And all these spices are all fresh, natural, no additives to them, natural sugar, fresh ground spices. So you can generously pour a lot of this on the steak or a little bit. And that's all you have to do. You don't have to marinate it. You don't have to rub it with anything else. You can put a lot of it if you want. You can put a little bit. It's not going to make much of a difference. And the great thing about this is that you can put them in chilies. You can put them in vegetables, salmon. They're interusable for almost anything else. So right now we're going to add some nice olive oil. This is a Parmesan basil olive oil. Again, this is imported from Italy. So we're going to take this off the stove so it doesn't overburn. I'm going to sear this steak real nice. Okay, so while the steak is cooking, we're going to talk about the different spices. I have a chili seasoning here. And when you're making chili, if you did canned beans, I like fresh of course, but if you did canned beans and some canned tomatoes and some vegetables, some onions and bell peppers, and you mix all that together, this is everything you need. This is going to have your chili powder, your oregano, your cumin, your coriander, your salt, black pepper. If you're making an all-natural tomato sauce, you take a couple cans of tomato sauce, tomato spicy juice, you start cooking it. This is a Sicilian spice mixture that has rosemary, basil, oregano, chili flakes, salt, pepper. Now, again, with all these spices, if you had to mix your own or you had to go buy mixtures, it would cost you, because most of these spices have like 7 or 8 different spices to them. And the problem with that is that most spices are running you anywhere from like a half an ounce from $4 to $8 to $12. Most of my spices are under $13 or $14 for all these. And this is about 4 ounces. We got a Caribbean jerk spice. They're very diverse. So you look at all the different types of spices. I got a Texas barbecue dry rub. We have a Mexicana spice. So if you're making fajitas, if you're making an enchilada sauce, especially the fajitas are great. Or if you just want a piece of plain chicken, you don't have time to cook when you get home, okay? And takeout, delivery, everything is so expensive. So if you bought a steak, shrimp, vegetables, chicken, you just add these spices on top and mix it. Or if you're making a pasta sauce, you can mix it, okay? And it doesn't cost a lot of money, especially right now with today's recession. You're gonna have to cut back and you're gonna have to start cooking at home. And the problem is we don't have time, we don't have the money. But if you had a piece of protein and you had my spices, it's a perfect blend, and you don't have to spend all that money, you don't have to think about cooking, you don't have to say, okay, I don't know what to cook, I don't know how to cook, what should I do? These spices come just really all natural, and there's so much diversity in it. This is an award-winning barbecue rub, so if you're doing pork or some brisket or some tri-tip outside on the barbecue or just inside on the grill. This is a Cajun blackening seasoning. So everything that you've seen from Paul Prudhomme, if you know who he is, from New Orleans, this is the perfect thing for fish, for blackening catfish or salmon or chicken or your steak. And again, you see the diversity in these spices. I got a tandoori rub, so if you like Indian food, this is great. You can mix it in yogurt and lemon juice or lime juice and cilantro. And then I got a barbecue pork rub. Now, the great thing again with these spices is that they're a lot cheaper than going to the store. They're fresh, they're all natural. None of my products have any fructose. It's natural sugar. Spices usually last about 6 months. And when they're in the stores, they're probably sitting on the shelves half the time for about 6 months. So when you get them, they're old. And then they're sitting on your shelf for another year or 2 years. The great thing about my spices, I mix them when you order them. And I have these machines over here that mix the spices, which helps heat the spices. And when it heats it, it heats up the oil, brings out the flavor. And then I have portioning machines. And I have, for my tomato sauce and other preservatives, this is a mill machine. So all this stuff comes to you, okay? And then you can mix my olive oil with my pastas. Just it's the when you talk about olive oil, you know, you're looking at it, and most people don't realize that when they make olive oil, especially out of Italy, they set it all the olives in a press. The first press is extra virgin. The second press is virgin. Then there's a third press, the fourth press. A lot of that olive oil you get in the stores is sitting on the shelves for a long time. And then on top of that, you don't even know what press you're getting. You're getting the last press. You're getting the cheapest olive oil. And most olive oils are blended anyways, and they're old. My balsamic vinegar is so rich and sweet. You're going to love it. And the great thing about all this is that when you're cooking this stuff, I cook my olive oil, and I can toss my pasta. And these pastas that you order from me only take 3 to 4 minutes to boil, not the regular 12 minutes. It's really quick. You pull it out, you pour my virgin olive oil, a splash of balsamic vinegar in it, and that's all you need. You can still eat fresh and healthy. And even with the steak, you know, I can add a little bit of butter to it while I'm cooking it. Look at this. Just lightly sauteing it. And then at the end, if you wanted a little pinch of flavor to it, you can add a little bit of balsamic vinegar to it. I have white balsamic vinegar. Look how thick that is. When do you see thick balsamic vinegar like this? Look at the thickness. It's almost like syrup. That's where the quality comes in. I'm going to show you right now. Look at the purity of this. It's so thick and pure. You don't use A1 sauce. You don't need to use alcohol. You don't have to add fresh herbs and spices and garlic, which is end up going to cost you even more. To buy spices and herbs inside the grocery store, you know, you're going to pay $3, $4, $5, $6 for a little package of herbs, and then most of the time you're going to forget it when you go to the store. And most people don't know how to cook with fresh herbs anyways. So you have all the seasoning inside my spices. You have all the flavor in balsamic vinegar and olive oil. Fresh, natural, and again, you don't have to think about cooking. It's done. My steak is finished now. Look at this. Look how beautiful that steak is. Look at the balsamic vinegar dripping off it. Look at the sauce that rendered itself. I did nothing. I sat here and talked to you the whole time while the steak was cooking. And we're done. Please subscribe to my channel, my YouTube channel. Please look me up at sustainableculinarsolutions.com and try a sample of this. I guarantee you, you're not going to be disappointed. Everything is well balanced, well seasoned. I thought of everything already. I did all the testing. A lot of these places, they have, you know, MSG in their spices. They have fructose in their spices. They have some kind of preservatives. I don't have any of that stuff in my spices or any of my products. Fresh, natural, and you'll see it in the outcome, and you'll see it in my products. I guarantee it. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye-bye.